What's up everybody, how you doing? MDW here, and I brought you another Hot Toys review which we're going to go through now. My latest acquisition, which is the Luke Skywalker version from episode 8, The Last Jedi. Love it or you hate it, I'll still pick up the figures for the film. So, you know, this looks like a really good figure. All the Luke Skywalker figures are pretty decent, so let's get into them and have a look. Guys, welcome back, thanks for joining me. So let's get straight into it and have a look at the figure. So we'll check out the box first. So like all the Hot Toys figures that you guys see in my past videos, or if you're new to this video, these kind of types of toys here. The boxes are really well presented always. It's got a picture of the figure on the front of the box with the Star Wars logo. Sometimes on the back they have the blurb of all the kind of sculptors and all the people that painted it and everything. I think that's kind of on the bottom of this one. And there's another picture of Luke on the back. Take the box out, and then all the figures have this kind of sleeve over it that protects the figure on the inside. It's just another artwork of the figure in another pose. They look really nice. Cool, that's how the figure pictures are really good. Take that off. Boom. And there we go. You see the figure is well packed inside his little plastic packaging. This one looks like it's got quite a good decent amount of options with him. So he's got obviously his little hood and the hands and his little bag and his staff, and obviously the Anakin Skywalker lightsaber as well that Rey gives him, so you get that with him as well, so that's a nice little touch. I didn't think you could possibly get that with him. And he's got obviously different interchangeable hands and stuff, but yeah, that's how the figure comes presented. So let's get a closer look at it now. Okay guys, welcome back, thanks for joining me. So I've opened him out of the box now, and I've just left him in this position here. As you can see straight away, what a head sculpt this is. What an absolute beaut of a head sculpt. Now I've picked up the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker over Christmas. And I thought that was a good head sculpt, but this here is just absolutely wonderful. I mean, the detail of this is so good. I mean, like literally the beard, I don't know if you guys can see, it's not going right in there, but like the beard, every single individual part of his hair seems to have been picked out with the paint and the detail on it and the sculpting. You can feel it across his face there. Really great, and they captured Mark Hamill's likeness really well. His hair is all nice and done. There's like some good highlights there. They're going into the grey and the dark around it, and even his skin is all wrinkled. He's got even like moles on here. He's getting a bit older, and even his neck itself is wrinkled down the bottom here. So they really have taken the sculpt, the excellent quality sculpt they did for the Return of the Jedi version of Luke, and then just literally aged it a bit. And this is again absolutely wonderful. So I thought I'd start off with that there, and then let's run down the articulation on the figure. Is pretty standard for most, same as a lot of the Hot Toys figures. The only difference is obviously he's not wearing any armour, he's only got kind of this tunic on, so he can move quite well and pose quite well as well. So let's have a run down of this. So his head swivels, he's got a little bit of movement here, not much, to say the kind of hair hampers that a bit, so go up and down a little bit, not too much though, that's fine. Then his arms, obviously I've got this, the lightweight tunic over the top as well, so it's all fabric, so it moves quite freely, so his arms can go all the way up there, and then they can swivel as well. There is joints at the elbows, and at the hands they swivel all the way around as well. Obviously he's got his cybernetic hand on his right hand, so that's cool. He's got the brown glove on it, but we'll look at that in a second. There isn't really much of a torso swivel. The tunic and the belt kind of prohibit that. I mean, these figures aren't meant to be super duper posable, but there's quite a bit out of this guy. So there's that there. Not very much of a torso crunch either. Kind of moves forward a little bit, but again, not much. His legs are just wearing these like black trousers on, so adds for some free movement there. So again, you can probably get them to that far there before the seam kind of starts pulling, which you don't want to do. Moves forward and back a little bit. There's a joint at the knee, so it bends really nicely at the knee because of the fabric. There's a twist at his boots. You can twist there, and then his feet go up and down, and they can twist side to side as well. All the joints on my Luke figure are really stiff, really good. So I've had the past where you've literally gone and twist their leg and their leg's fallen off, or you have to stick it back in a place, or be really careful with it. But everything with the joints and the movement of this figure is really well done. So let's have a look at the costume details and the general paint apps and everything. So obviously Luke has been in hiding, seclusion for years, so he's got his kind of hobo tunic on. It's really well done. It's quite big fitting on him, and it's kind of frayed around the edges here as well, so you can see it's been lived in or worn. and then say it drapes all the way down, and there's really cool, you know, kind of cut all the way down there as well. So it really does look old and haggard. It's got its kind of really kind of like muddy, kind of washed out feel to it. So different parts of his tunic here are different colours. So you guys see down here, it's kind of a leathery feel nearly, but it's all rubbed and rough. So it's been, you know, really kind of like in the elements. And then inside here it's a bit of a kind of, you know, lighter brown. So it looks like it's been protected a bit more. So there is some really good kind of weathering to different parts of his outer tunic there. On the inner tunic, it's got a bit of weathering going down the side here, and his belt's really nice. Again, it's the classic like Luke Skywalker belt. It's got that thick black one that goes all the way around. His trousers, standard black. We've seen those pretty much the same, kind of the ones on the Darth Maul. I think you can get. They're all stitched in and fit nicely. And then his boots, they've got the kind of wrap look all the way around them. Brown again with the weathered, and then his boots with a detail on them of weathering. You know, they're scuffed at the toes. So yeah, it really is kind of nice attention to detail with all these little bits around the figure. The stitching work on the coat, the tunic and the overcoat is really nice as well. So you can see it stitching all the way down there. Nice patterns. And then he's got the hood as well. So the hood has got wiring in it, which I love this about the Hot Toys. So you guys can see just me pulling it up right there. So it's got a wire going all around the peak of the hood. So you can pull the hood over Luke's head, and then you literally can bend a certain amount. Anyway, it just about goes over his head. His hair kind of comes out a little bit of it, but you can obviously bend it to however you want to display your Luke. So you have it kind of half up or half down, or you can put it right over like that and then close it right in. But I say, I absolutely love this about the Hot Toys stuff, and I love, you know, the idea of it. When I first got my first Hot Toys figure that had this in, I was absolutely blown away by it, and this really suits this figure, really nice. So let's have a look at the swap out options that you get. So stuff that I've really started noticing coming through now with the Hot Toy stuff is that they're adding more and more options to the figures that you can display them with. For example, again, the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi has a removable hair, so that later on it says that you can buy additional head sculpts and bits and pieces to go on his head, so you can literally swap out your figures, which is, I think, is a great idea. But again, Luke, this version from episode 8 comes with a couple of bits and pieces you can switch out. So he has his wonderful, dirty, scummy little man bag that he has there, which he goes and carries around with him all day. So again, this is it's kind of like padded out. It's got some like cotton wool in it or something. Nice little stitching around it. Goes over his head, and again, a massive weird look on that. You know, it's all dirty and dank, and just looks like he's been, you know, sending a big issue in that. And then we've got the poncho that goes over the top of his tunic. So again, this is the same sort of material as his tunic, which is nicely like weathered, like a black material. It's got some nice stitching all over it again, and it's, let's say, weathered. It's got a really shiny feel to it. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's like a glossy kind of shine over the top of it. And this just literally, you take his head off, put this over it as well, and then that adds another way of displaying the figure as well. So all the Hot Toys figures come with a little instruction sheet, tells you just how to display and gives you tips on how to not damage your figure when you get it. So as you can see here, his little funny little pouch, hobo pouch, goes over his arm, but you have to take his tunic off to do that, and then his head obviously pops off, which is a very scary experience, believe me, when you're trying to pull that off, and it's not very coming off very easily. Then the poncho goes over the top of that as well. There's another bit inside here. This is for the deluxe version of Luke, I believe, so you get his actual backpack and all the other bits and pieces that he has in there, and you can store his cane in with it as well. I say this is the standard version I'm reviewing today, but that comes with the deluxe version. A bit upset you didn't get the giant fish with it as well. That'd be excellent if you got the giant fish that he's carrying over his shoulder in the film. Luke also comes with the base as well that all the Hot Toys figures come with. So this black bit here just literally slips into the base, and it's got a spring with the hooks on it. You can pull up and down to display your figure, so it just sits in between his legs there and stops them from falling over. The base is really nice. Again, it's nice and sturdy. You've got Star Wars logo there, Luke Skywalker on the front, and then you've got two options to display on the base here. So it comes with two kind of decals that you can peel off and stick on the front. So one of them is just obviously a bit of ground, rock and moss on there. Quite nice if you just want a standard look for him. Or you've got the kind of Star Wars Episode 8, really nice design, Millennium Falcon, Luke's face there, and then obviously the Rebel insignia. Okay, so let's have a look at Luke Skywalker's accessories that you get with this version of the figure. So you've got a couple of the swap out options, which I've just shown you, but you also get a plethora of accessories as well, which again, really nice to see with all the Hot Toys figures. I wish Sideshow had, added more to their stuff, especially their Bounty Hunter series, but as I say, there's loads in this with this guy. So you've got interchangeable hands. You've got the first one there, which is a really cool hand. I like that one. It's kind of a force push there with his cybernetic glove, and then there's another one there obviously to hold his cane or lightsaber. Just get two of those in with him. Then you get two of the good hand, human hands there. So we've got one again that's an open hand, which is nice. Again, the detail on it is what you come to expect, superb. On closed hand, you get with him this tiny little bag, a necklace, which the detail on that is incredible as well. It's got gold and silver, it's kind of a little red crystal thing coming out the top of it with a bit of leather strapping around it, and then obviously the actual necklace piece as well goes round. But yeah, I'm going to open that at some point and put it on him, but I can see that just getting lost, so be careful when you open your box. You can see that. He comes with the compass as well, and the compass should open hopefully. Yes, it does, look, excellent. So the detail inside that is incredible as well. Look at all the sculpts in there. It's got these kind of pictographs and runes, and then the crystal in there is a kind of marble looking blue, shiny, like gloss finish over the top. That's really nice. There's that up. Also Luke's compass. You get with that if you guys have played Battlefront. The story in that, where they got the compass from, really, really cool. Little touch to bring it all in together. His cane. Again, nice wood effect on there, black strapping around it. So the strapping itself is, I don't believe, a material. No, it just seems like it's just sculpted on there. That's cool though. And then, like I said at the start of the video, nice little bonus there, Anakin's lightsaber. Now I believe this doesn't light up, so he's got no light up feature like the other figures have. So, yeah, bit of a shame with that one. I was hoping that perhaps interchange this or come out, no, so it doesn't come out either, so you can't even display it with the lightsaber hilt just by itself. But I wasn't expecting that with the figure, to be honest. So another lightsaber is never a bad thing. So there you go, there's all the accessories with him, guys. So we're going to do some shots now of him all posed up and see what you think. Like with all Hot Toys figures, the hands just literally pop off on a ball joint, and then you just literally put the other hand back on again, twist it in place, and your job done. So there we go, everybody. There is my review of the 1/6 scale action figure of Luke Skywalker from episode 8 from Hot Toys. First figure I've picked up this year, and you know what? It was a bit of a gamble getting the same character again, as I got Luke and Jedi here over the holidays. But there is enough in this figure, I think, to justify a purchase of an additional figure of the same character. The clothing is really well done, the design of the figure, the paint job, the sculpt is absolutely superb. I thought, let's say, at the start of the video, the other Luke I had was impressive. This is very impressive. Right the way down to the skin detail. The accessories you get with him are really, really nice. There's plenty in there as well, with the little touches with the compass, and the necklace is really great. So he's currently available, I believe, for pre-order on the Hot Toys website, Sideshow Collectibles website. The deluxe version is available now, I believe, and you do pay a bit more. I think it's kind of £30–40 more for him for the backpack, so I'll leave that down to you. But there we go, guys. Hope you found this review useful, and please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to put the reminder icon on your desktop, so whenever I release a new video, you are the first guys to see it. Thanks very much, and I'll see you in my next video.
Find MDW on Facebook and Instagram now at MDW_toys.